Hey, guess who almost forgot to hit the go live button? Me! Yay!
I was sitting there pointing. I was like, "Wait a minute, the countdown's going down, and I don't see a red end broadcasting." So I was like, I kept pointing up, and I was like,
Like
"Please,
10 seconds left or something.
yeah."
But
But we did it.
I got it. Well, remember that one episode we did? We got like 20 minutes in, and then we were like, we're not live. It
Oh my goodness,
happens. It
It
happens.
happens.
it
You
does.
know, I got a lot going on. I get distracted. I'm like squirrel, like shiny,
You get
something.
this. Didn't we talk about that earlier? Squirrel.
Maybe,
You're
maybe.
trying to fix your OBS. Squirrel.
I am possibly. All right. Well, anyway, back for another edition of Mental Health on Tuesdays. I have my partner in crime with me, Radical Foil.
That's
I've got,
me.
yeah, you. I've got this extraordinary gentleman over here, Big J.
What's
And
up,
then,
BigJ?
even more amazing, down in this corner, we have SNikkol, or Snickles as I like to call
You know
her.
what else we have here, y'all? We have
Who?
somebody here. We have. Shh, guys, hold on. We have a shiny hero here, guys. The host of the show. The
We
host of
Yes.
the
have
show, y'all.
the
And I
one and
got
only.
the
The
doctor's
host.
in.
She needs to be introduced somehow, right?
Hey,
My bestie,
That's true. That's true.
the
That's
host of the
true.
you
podcast,
know,
right there above me.
how's it going? How's it going? It's going great. We can't gas her up enough. You know what? I say let's keep going. You know what, Shiny? I want to gas you up just a little bit more. So, if it wasn't for
Yeah.
you, we wouldn't be where we are. You are the glue to this piece that we have. So, I just like to thank you and tell you how much we appreciate you and we love you.
Aw,
Love you, bestie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you know what? Everybody's willingness to talk about, how they're on their own journey really is what makes it worth it. Not just for me personally, but I think the individual communities that we represent, and then even the larger streaming community as a whole. Um, so yeah, I definitely want to thank you both for coming. And Nicole, I'll be gentle. I know this is your first time on mental health, so I will definitely just come with a warning label that I ask questions. You do not need to answer anything that you are not comfortable with. You can be as vague as you'd like. Some instances, I will ask that we are vague just so that we don't cause any triggers for anybody who might be listening. Um, and just keep in mind for all of us, this is not a trauma dump. This is all about where we are today and what we're doing to get better. With that said, Jay,
Yes, ma'am.
so you've been on a little journey as of late, haven't you?
I have, and
Uh-huh.
I'm loving the experience.
That's good to hear. I know your goals have changed a little bit in the last 2 months, I would say, maybe 3 months, where we have talked and you weren't really feeling that you were getting what you wanted out of your Twitch journey. Would that be fair to say? A good way
It
to
was,
say it?
yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Okay. And I think you were feeling a little down on it. You were kind of getting into a dark space, and you somehow got this idea to go to YouTube. So tell me, how did that happen? How did you decide, like, you just had enough from Twitch and were like, that's it, I'm going to YouTube?
So honestly, I thought about it, and it's just the pros and cons. I felt like, yeah, I met a lot of people off Twitch. I also, did a lot of searching, a lot of researching, and just a lot of stuff has been talked about, the goods and bads, on both platforms, on all platforms, honestly. And I just, it reminded me of a situation when I was on Mixer, when I was doing really good. And then all of a sudden the downfall happened. And then everybody was looking for a new platform to go to. Some people stopped streaming, some people just, became supporters and, just all of that. So I just, I started reminiscing about what all happened in the past. And I was just like, I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want to just settle for one platform. So I figured putting all my content on multiple platforms and just see what happens.
So you diversified. And now that you've had that diversification going on for what, 1 month, 2 months? How long have you been diversified?
I would guess you would say I've been thinking about it for a while, but it finally happened for about a month.
Okay. And now that you've done this, how do you feel things have changed for you in like the larger sense?
So, me personally, I feel like when it comes down to it, it's a personal preference. You kind of just go where you feel is best for you. Um, I'm going to support my people regardless of what platform I'm on. I just want to put that out there right now. It doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube, if I'm on Trovo, if I'm on Facebook Gaming. I'm still going to support my family on Twitch and any other platform that they desire to stream on. So, uh, I feel like for me personally, a lot of my family and friends know YouTube more than any other platform. So it makes perfect sense for me to go there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, not trying to take away from the people that want to see me on Twitch or anything like that, but I just feel like it's just best for me.
Now, I like that you're just owning that you're saying best for me. And I'm assuming we're not just talking about the business sense, but we're also talking about how you feel inside, like your mental outlook. Because, Radical and I both have witnessed the change in you from where you were right before you brokered out, like, leading up to this. I mean, we've all known each other for, probably at least a year, maybe more at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you shaking your head, Radical?
Not quite.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm just going to throw it. So what, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months?
I've known Shiny for over a year.
Well, she forgets that she didn't meet me until like what, April.
All right, but
I joined in February.
She's known me for over a year. Hey,
I
that's
joined
fair.
in February, and I met Jay in like December, January.
All right.
From Bearded, so I mean.
All right. Well, I guess what I'm getting at is, I mean, I've seen a very noticeable evolution in you. And I think you'll be the first one to admit it, that when we first got together and we had a couple ups and downs on our journey together, where some might dare say that you might have been a little impatient, a little quick to react, maybe a teeny tiny hot-headed,
teeny. I don't think that's accurate. I will own up to it. I am a hothead. Okay. I will admit that.
And working with you and the team, we've kind of gotten to a point now where we've seen a different way to communicate, talk things out. I mean, granted, nothing's ever perfect, right? We're always constantly evolving. We're always learning about how we can do better, and learning how to express ourselves in a way that's productive, but still addresses some of those issues that eat away at our mental health, right?
Right.
So now that you've been through that journey, and I feel like you've taken more ownership of your goals, and that's what I'm seeing now is you're really starting to kind of blossom out into what you want to do that feels good for you, that feels you're getting the feedback and support that you want. Is that correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
Now, what would you say has been the biggest maybe surprise or eye-opener or change since you've done this switch or growth, diversification to YouTube?
Just seeing who my supporters really are. I understand people, are going to support where they can and do what they can, but when you go from one platform to another platform and seeing that those same people from Twitch come over to YouTube, or those same people from YouTube going to Facebook, or it doesn't matter what platform, but just seeing them from one platform going to the next platform to support me means a lot, because they don't have to do that.
Yeah. But it's exciting to watch it. I mean, I'm learning a lot I mean, because I've always said, we have to leverage our socials, right? If we want to grow, we need to find as many avenues as possible to reach people, because it's important that if you really want to be a content creator, that you find a way to get your message to people. And that if they like your message, they'll follow you to wherever you go.
True.
Now, moving forward, a little birdie told me that you have a cheerleader in your corner now.
Oh yeah.
And we'll talk specifically about her journey in a minute, but just curious, how has that maybe helped you or kind of added an additional layer of ease or mental support for you? Like, how has that kind of elevated you or been an asset to you? How has that impacted you?
Oh, by far, it's impacted me a lot. I mean, when you have that support, it definitely brings you to a higher level of everything, because without support, you feel like you don't have anybody. You get in your deep thoughts when you're not talking to somebody. You feel like, maybe discouraged, so, with all of that being said, there has been many days where I would be discouraged because I had nobody to really talk to. I felt like I was alone many times, and when we started talking, it took away all of those doubts, all of those negative thoughts and feelings and discouragements and all of that. It just took it out like with ease. Like I just had like it just overnight, like it just went away like that. And now I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I feel like nothing can stop me.
Right. And this is why I'll say it. I think I've probably said it on every single mental health stream we've had, that your support system can actually make a tremendous, huge impact to your mental health when you get the right people around you, the right people supporting you, the right people giving you encouragement and lift to both your spirit and your emotions. Can move mountains. Really, just that lift is just worth its weight in gold. Radical, anything that I'm missing that we need to cue in on? Did I call him on all his stuff?
Oh, I think you did.
Okay.
I do.
I was trying to be
I
gentle.
do want to
Jack.
point out this Jay though, bro. I will point this out. I know I've known you for this short period of time, bro, but definitely seen a big, change in how you handle things and how you've grown as a leader, even how you taught me to grow as a leader, and how you've helped me to grow even as a man. So appreciate you, bro.
Hey man, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you too. Like I said, those talks that we always had, I always seen myself in you. Like I see like a little Jay in you. Like I just, all the hot-headed stuff and just the leadership stuff, all the stuff that I've been through is like, man, if I could help somebody at least, keep them from going the same roads that I went through, it would be you. I see a lot of great leadership in you, and I'm proud of you as well.
I feel so good. My little heart's just going. Okay, sorry. I'll stop getting gushy about it. Okay, stop.
Wow, amazing.
All right.
Appreciate you, one love.
SNikkol, get that mic off mute. It's your turn. It's your turn.
It's not as loud anymore.
That's okay. I know. You know what? Listen, we love our households, one and the same. Just sometimes we got to put the silence on it.
Yep.
It's all right. It's all right. So just curious, do you have an interest in mental health? Because if not, you're going to get one.
No, I definitely do. I've had I learned from a young age about taking care of yourself and stuff like that, and with friends and stuff like that. I've been through a lot with family and friends, so I definitely take an interest in that.
That's great. We always love to have people just kind of open up and say, listen, I'm not immune to mental health issues, whether it's, a little depression, a little anxiety, a little sleepless night, whatever it is. I think we all can learn a little bit of something. But if you had to summarize like where you are right now, saying that you've been through stuff, do you feel like right now you have enough tools and support to help you through anything that you come up with now? Like, do you have like the mental wherewithal, like a plan if something, like if something happens, are you prepared to handle it, or do you feel like you still struggle a little bit?
I think that I've grown a lot over the years. Um, and I've kind of got my own way of dealing with things in a healthy way now, not just sulking and, not wanting to go outside and do all of that. But I just kind of try to, like you, I try to find the positive in most things, even if it's very, very small,
Hmm.
and just hang on to that, really.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough to let go of things. I was actually just before this, I was on a call with a gentleman and talking about certain things that he was having trouble letting go of. And it's constant, I think, for everybody. When you get something that happens to you and it's like one part of your brain is like, okay, I know what to do, but then actually enacting it can kind of be the tricky part. Right. So, I mean, there's that
Hmm.
follow through where you say, okay, I know what the issue is, but can I have the fortitude to carry through and do what needs to be done to handle it? So, I mean, it sounds like you are in a good place. And again, I think, having each other to support and bounce ideas off of and having that trust makes a huge difference. Don't you think? I mean,
Definitely.
it's kind of like an emotional safety net to say, all right, am I out of control? I mean, like Radical and I do this all day long. Like we fight and we bicker, but then at the end of it, we'll be like, "Hey, we still good? Yeah, we still good." But I mean, like it just gets it all out. Like we can just
Oh,
banter like that all day long. Radical, call me out if I'm lying. Am I wrong?
she's not. No.
I mean, I think it's important that you got to have the right group of people around you, the right influences, people to keep you kind of. I don't want to say on the straight and narrow because again, I think that limits your creativity, but I think kind of keep you grounded, right?
Yeah.
When we all have those meltdowns that happen, to be able to say, someone to be like, all right, I need you to check me. Am I overreacting or am I okay to feel the way I feel? Does that make sense? I mean, like if you had to say
Mm.
like the one thing that you struggle with the most, what would you say it is?
Hmm. Uh, Probably taking people too literally. Like sometimes if I get joked around with, like I'm a very upbeat person and I love to
Mm.
joke around with people, but sometimes I have a hard problem with taking it back and I take it to heart. I don't know why, but I'm like, are you really upset with me the way you're acting or are you just playing with me? And I know that Jay knows that.
This sounds like a broken record. I swear to God, we just had this conversation. We just had this conversation.
Oh, oh, oh.
Literally, it's in writing. You can go back and look at our Discord message. Like, hey, are we okay? Or did that go too far? We good? We square?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my
son.
god.
And well, don't I? I mean, I'm very literal. I take things very, very literal. Like I take it at face value. And it's just kind of my whole interpretation of the world, which I think is what gets me in trouble. Because if you tell me you're upset, I'm like, what did I do? And then
Yeah.
it's really not a big deal. And I'm fretting for nothing.
That's why every time I tell her, calm down, it's okay. And she's like, what?
I know. I have like little mini hissy fits, and then he's got to be like, it's okay. Breathe. And I'm like, but you
Oh,
don't
dude.
That one,
That,
understand.
yeah.
that sounds quite familiar.
I will.
Oh, dang. Dang.
I try not to, but I'm like I can be a people pleaser. That's and yeah. So if I think you're upset with me and I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do? Did I overstep? Did I say something you didn't like? And then, yeah.
Radical, you seem like you have something to say down there. Let's hear it. Spill
I
the
don't got
beans.
nothing to say.
No,
I'm
spill
not saying
the
nothing.
beans. We gotta be honest here. Spill the beans.
I know some people are guilty of that. Two
Like
perspectives,
what?
2 sides actually. What she
Wait,
just
what?
said.
Okay. Can you give an
You heard
example?
what I said.
Give an example.
What? The problem
what
that I have with overthinking, where she'll say something and I'll be like, "Okay, that was offensive," and then she'd be like, "No, that's not offensive. No, you're being crazy. That's not. That's why would you think that?"
Crazy. I have never called you crazy.
Okay, no, that's no. Listen, I don't take crazy as you're generally calling me crazy. I'm talking about you saying your thought is crazy. Why would you ever think that?
Well, okay, that
it's not true. Stuff like that.
You dig into things a little further than you should. Like,
yes,
you think it's more than it really is. All the time.
Yeah.
I am guilty of that sometimes.
But you know what else I think we're all guilty of sometimes is like when somebody says something about us, right? I think all of us can relate where we've had something said about us. And rather than just trying to be a duck, right? Let that shit roll right off of us. We take it to heart, right? Like it really messes with us. And I think that's the price you pay for being
I like that message.
empathetic, right? And having a heart. And when you care about others and they I'll say a verbal dagger at you, you're like, ow, that hurts. But then I think sometimes it also makes us angry in a way that's not productive. And then we get so kind of caught in that mental loop that we never have a productive conversation about it. And then it just kind of festers. And I think for me, that's probably one thing I'd like to work on more than anything, to be a better duck. I'm going to make that can I put that as like a slogan? Be a better duck. Let that shit roll right off you like water, because you're not here to make everybody happy. I'm not here to make everybody happy, clearly, because I don't. But I do know that I want to at least go to bed at night feeling like I've made an effort, so that when I do fall asleep, I feel like my conscience is clear, that I've done what I can to assist. And that's really the only way I can feel good about any given situation. I mean, I can't stop people from talking about me or my friends. Veronica, what are you all in a tizzy about over there?
What Jay just did.
What did Jay do? I feel like I'm missing.
Even though I don't stream on Twitch, I still know some tricks.
What tricks do we know?
We're gonna leave that pin for the entire stream. Just gonna leave that pin for the entire stream.
But I want to know.
Everybody at the top of the chat, you're gonna see that from now on for the rest of the stream.
But I can't see it.
So if you look at your chat, which is on Twitch, not through StreamYard, but if you look on Twitch, you can pin messages. So like, say for example, if somebody was like, "Hey, I love everybody," if you feel like that's like a highlight of the chat, or if somebody's like, "Follow this person" or "Follow that person," and you think that that's like a very influential.
Be a better duck.
You can pin messages.
Jay, so your quotes don't work. You don't have to add quotes, so I couldn't add it as a quote. So Jay just typed it in chat and pinned it.
I'm telling you, we all need to be better ducks. That's going to be my new motto.
Be guys, next time you see her stream, be a better duck is the title.
Quack.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I like that.
I like that. Add the Affleck duck at the end.
You know what? Maybe I'm going to have to make an emote with the Affleck duck.
Hey.
Right?
I have a duck with a disco ball behind her.
I think you need to put out a tweet telling everybody to be a better duck.
I will.
Yeah.
No context. No context. Just say be a better duck.
And I will
retweet it.
Retweet it. And I will reply with a duck.
Yeah, it's a duck emote. A duck emote on Twitter.
Well, okay.
Good to hear, Logan Rose.
Well, I want to change a little bit. So I want to focus in a little bit on our friend SNikkol over here. You know,
SNikkol?
Jay SNikkol. Yeah, we've talked. I've talked to you in the past. Radical, we talk all the time, but I don't really get to talk to SNikkol all that much.
Ooh.
The floor is all yours.
All right, so shall we go, Jay? Shall we just bounce out for a second?
No, because you need to be engaged. The two of you need to be supportive.
We are very supportive of both of you guys.
Be a better duck.
You
Yes,
know I'm
most
supportive
definitely.
of you, Shiny, for sure.
And
SNikkol,
you-
she trolls me sometimes, so I don't know.
Oh, see?
Look,
Yeah, I told you, didn't I?
look, Shiny,
What?
you know I got your back. I got your back.
Handle this, would you?
Hey.
If you got my back, handle this.
Come on, that's not fair.
Jay?
That's like my little
Jay?
brother. That's like my
Jay?
little brother, and you're like Mama
Hey,
C.
what are you
okay?
doing?
Your Mama C. That's little bro. I can't.
Are you making fun of Shiny Hero, Jay?
You
No.
would never. You are.
I would never make
You
fun of you.
are.
Come on now. Why would I make fun of my best friend?
Do a
Because you
vote.
can.
I
Do a
will do a
vote.
poll. I will do a
Who-
poll.
Who would troll Shiny? Who would be more than likely to troll Shiny? Me or Radical?
Radical? Why is this even a question?
Wow, Shiny, wow.
Asking for entertainment purposes.
How many times did you try and kill me on Sea of Thieves?
Both.
You
That
remember
person
the last
doesn't know
time we
me.
played BigJ?
That person doesn't know me.
Anyway. So, SNikkol, what's your streaming game these days? Are you streaming? Streamer? Growing? Growth? What's your deal?
I'm not streaming on video games or anything well, with him, but not by myself.
Are you working towards it? Is it
I haven't really decided.
okay?
He's been supportive and said it, I'd be good at it and stuff, but
I saw
right
that
now-
duo stream y'all did. I saw.
yeah, we've done a few. But right now I'm really I just got 1K not too long ago on TikTok. So I've been doing all my business on there.
Nice.
Trying to keep that up.
So then would you say in terms of a content creator, TikTok is your platform. That is where you do your creative endeavors.
Yes.
Okay. So do you get a lot of feedback on TikTok?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, do people comment on your videos?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get comments and I've started learning what kind of videos people really like from me.
Okay.
So I'm working my way to doing more of those and just kind of exploring things since I just now started this.
So would you say this has been a mostly positive experience for you?
I would say so.
Okay,
Actually,
so no negative elements then.
well, there's always in social media, there's always going to be those few. I have a few that I will probably stick with me for a while, but they weren't extraordinarily bad.
Okay. So nothing that's gonna A, deter you, but B, nothing that's impacting you on a mental health level. So you're staying very positive. Is that correct?
Definitely.
Okay. And I'm assuming, Jay, that you are there in her corner, also acting as like a coach, a mentor, and also that cheerleader to say, hey, you can do this.
Oh,
We
best
got
believe. Best believe.
That's what I love to hear. Again, this goes back to that message of your support system is so integral to your mental health, and just being able to really, I think, bounce back. Because I know anytime I have a negative experience, the first person I'm going to be going to is this guy here and being like, all right, help me put this into perspective. I need to just kind of give me that head check. I mean, do you feel like there's anything that's really still sticking out at you as something you're trying to, and this goes for anybody on this panel, Radical too, what would you say is the one thing you're still working on right now?
Why'd you mention me, huh?
Oh my goodness.
He mentioned me directly.
You haven't said much. I'm wanting you to participate, and I'm cheering you on to be an active streamer and champion.
I am an active
mental
streamer.
health.
Have you watched my streams?
Okay, champion in the mental health arena. Get with the program.
Tell me what the question is.
He
I
doesn't
know what
even
the
listen to
question is.
me.
Just tell
All
me
right,
again.
Oh my
Jay,
goodness.
he's not even listening to me. Do you believe this?
That's your bestie.
I said, is there anything that you're still working on in terms of mental health, like an area? where you're
Everybody has
struggling?
something they're working on, though.
I'm not
that's-
asking everybody.
everybody
I'm
has something
asking
that they're-
you. I'm asking him, and I'm asking
I'm
her.
asking- I'm saying everybody has something they're working on.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
You know, to be more detailed, I'm always working on my patience. My patience
I feel
is
that.
definitely something that I'm just gonna have to work on for the rest of my life, because y'all know me, okay? If the real ones that have known me for years know I can go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
I guess for me, the actual answer would be like opening it up, like not holding anything back. I know I struggle with that, even with her. I will admit, just not opening up and explaining everything that goes on.
I feel that.
I've gotten better, believe it or not, but and she's usually able to pull it out of me. But I should be able to, kind of tell her without her having to pry at me anything. So
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like you said, be more like a duck thing. Just let it roll right off, because sometimes I make it more than it is, and it just makes me even more irritated because I want to fix it instead of just kind of letting it go because it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and I guess that ties back to the whole people pleasing, right? So, you're
Yeah.
driven to have all your relationships be a positive experience, even though deep down you can't make everybody happy, but you're still somewhere in your programming just driven to do it. Can I ask you another question? Do you have a problem with saying no to people? And you're muted, by the way. Okay, I see you're nodding your head, so that's a yes. So you have a problem saying no. Jay, do you have a problem saying no to people?
Nope.
Radical, do you have a problem with saying no to people other than me?
So since I don't say no to her,
Oh, I'm gonna drink my
everybody
water
else
bottle.
I'll say no to. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry either. I had to throw it out there. It seems to be a running joke, so I like to throw that in there for whatever it's worth.
She out here throwing passes like Andy Dalton.
Hey, hey, don't judge a book.
Sorry, Cooper Rush.
Cooper Crush.
Oh, Cooper Crush, get it right.
Get my
no, not Cooper Crush. We're not talking about him. Let's not get her started.
I love my Cooper Crush. Ooh, 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 he only lost one game. Anywho.
Darn. MVP right there.
He's MVP of my heart.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Like, even she's cracking up. She's like, oh my God, no.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Let's get serious. Mental health is serious. What's all this laughter in here, honestly?
Yes, back to the serious strictness. Shame on y'all.
So, being a better duck is our new motto going forward. Trying not to let these things run amok with us. I would say this year has been very challenging for much of our team. We had a couple of significant events happen, and we've done our best to be transparent and open, and yet somehow there still seems to be a taint that lingers. Correct? Yes.
Correct.
I mean, my message has always been, and I stand by it, that consistency and time will win out in the big picture. Again, being consistent with your message, being consistent with your responses, being, you know, just given that time to let people to see that, again, if you're faking it, they will sniff it out. Right? Like if you are not genuine in your message, if you are not genuine in your beliefs, if you are not genuine for the things you espouse, sooner or later it will come to light. And that's why I continue to say these things to folks who are struggling with somebody who is maybe maligning their name or their character, that the consistency of your action, the more you engage with people, they will see you for your true self and see a
True.
little bit deeper, right? I mean, nobody's perfect, right? We all fuck up every now and again, but that does not mean that at our core we are insincere or bad people. It just means we're human and that mistakes occasionally will happen. Do we handle every situation exactly right? No. Are we allowed to make mistakes? Yes. Do we need to beat ourselves up for all those mistakes that we may or may not make? No. Why? Because we're going to be little ducks and we're going to let it roll right off of us. We're going to allow ourselves to be human, to embrace our flaws and say, you know what, I'm still a good person at the end of the day. Somebody had said something to me at one point about, oh, a long time ago, I did something I wasn't really proud of and I may have acted too rashly or whatever. And I asked them about the situation. And it was very clear to me that they were acting a certain way with the information they had at that time. Okay. And it wasn't until later that the situation changed and they realized that they had made a mistake and they felt terrible about it. So I just want to put that out there, that whenever you make a decision, you're always making a decision based on where you are in the current moment. And that even if you don't make necessarily the right decision, you're still acting in good faith with the information you have. Even if that circumstance changes later on, you shouldn't beat yourself up for it. You acted in good faith. And I guess my takeaway is really, if people continue to malign you for one mistake or one error in judgment, they're being very shallow and short-sighted. And again, another reason for us to continue to understand why we have to let this stuff roll off of us sometime. We can't continue to beat ourselves up. We can't continue to ask the question and say, why can't they do this? Why can't they see that? Some people just want to have that drama or that reason or that excuse, right? To just kind of unload on us all the time. And especially with you, SNikkos, again, wanting to be a people pleaser, I truly hope that your long-term mental health can sustain that message, that you're not always going to please everybody, and that you are that one person who you don't please may come back and be like, oh, well, she's a terrible person and I can't believe her that she would do this. Oh my God. That you're able to take that and say, okay, you know what? It's not me. Right? Because if you know you're acting in good faith, the problem is clearly not with you. And that whatever all that person has going on in their life is really at the crux of their emotion. They're just using whatever their experience is with you as a crutch or an easy excuse to not deal with what the real issue is for them. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I would like to say, some years ago, I used to be where she just mentioned, a people pleaser, like just wanting to make sure everybody is happy, wanting to, cater to everyone, doing things that'll keep them, happy and just, not mad or disappointed, and just kind of, just that's one thing that I could say that I've been there and done that, and people tend to take your kindness for weakness. You're not going to always catch them, but eventually down the long run, when you've had enough, you know when you've had enough. And I will not let nobody take advantage of her or me or anybody, because I've seen it too many times, and it's no goes around here.
Yeah. Radical?
I mean, I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing being a people pleaser, but I also am not gonna say it's a good thing. I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, I think it really depends on who it is. What they mean to you, how close they are to you. Like, obviously, I'd be more likely to be a people pleaser towards somebody like Shiny or somebody like Jay, because I've known them long enough. Especially Shiny. Just saying.
He had to
Just
point that out there twice. Hey, I get it. I get it.
Anyway,
I
but
get it.
the point is, the people you're closer to, you're going to be more likely to want to please them. And and people in general, I don't think you should be pursuing that idea of trying to make everybody happy because it's just impossible. It's impossible.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and you can have that like playing in your head. You don't have to do that. You don't have to please or do what they want. But it's hard to kind of pull yourself away from that. Because I know that I was messing with Radical, just to bring this up since I'm in this chat with you. I was messing with him, and I think the last message I stopped because I was like, I think he's actually mad at me.
Oh no.
Nah, that could take a lot.
Well, so I'm glad we're on this message because, as you know, it's Thanksgiving this week. And there might be a lot of family drama involved, and we do want to please our family members. However, I know I was in a tough position because one part of my family was like, "Oh, we're hosting Thanksgiving Day," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm hosting Thanksgiving Day too." And there was an expectation that I would change my plans. And so it kind of became a moment of, okay, is it worth me trying to people please here and change all my plans, which involved changing the plans for about 10 to 12 other people? Or do I take this as an opportunity to say no and be okay with saying no, knowing that it's not coming from a place of malice? It's just, here's the facts. And that was really hard. Right? Because again, you're talking about family. It wasn't even just like a regular person, it's family. And I knew what was going to happen, that there was going to be an outcome of a little bit of drama, a little bit of fallout.
Bound to happen.
It is bound to happen, especially when you're talking about family and you're talking about older, more seasoned members of the family who are not going to be able to come to my house. So it was just, it's still kind of, I'm having to take a couple deep breaths about it because it's uncomfortable. If it was somebody who I was more like stranger or less associated with, not close with, I would feel less stressed about it. It wouldn't bother me as much to say no. But because it's family, I'm still like twitchy about it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you do want to please your family. And I'm struggling a little bit with the guilt on that. And so I can only imagine the multitude of other people who have that kind of guilt complex coming down the pipeline because it's a family event. Right?
Right.
I feel like that's something we all fight, honestly, like when you don't, it's trying to please everybody. I feel like everybody fights in some sort of way. Maybe not necessarily family, but I think that we all think, oh, are we pleasing our significant other? Are we pleasing this person? Are we pleasing, our best friend? Are we pleasing our friends? Are we pleasing our family? Are we pleasing our other people? I don't know. I feel like that everybody has those moments. Not just necessarily people that are specifically classified themselves as a people pleaser. I think it's everybody.
Right. Well, I mean, keep in mind, it could also not necessarily be a people pleaser, but it could be a self-esteem issue as well at heart. Oh, yeah. So you want people to like you. So you say yes. Not because you want to please them, but just because you want them to like you.
Yeah. It's so many different scenarios. Even that type of thing happens in schools nowadays, if you think about it. Coming from a education perspective, there's so many students, so many children getting out there, having those things they have to do. Oh, I want to fit in, that's for adults too. You want to fit in with your group of friends, you got your group of friends that like sports. Okay. So you're going to say, yes, I'll watch the game. Yeah. You really don't know nothing about the game, but you watch the game.
I hope you're not talking about me and my football knowledge.
I am not talking about you, actually. I'm just talking
Is that
about in
like
general.
a low key like insult? I'm just checking.
No, it is not. I
Just
didn't even
checking.
think about
Jay, what's
you
the
and
vote
your
on
football
that?
knowledge in that comment. I mean, if I was going to talk about anybody and their football knowledge.
You're dissing
What's
on
the vote?
SNikkos?
You talking about my woman?
Yeah, Jay.
Listen,
Oh.
listen. I'm gonna teach her everything there is about
Jay,
football.
you're
You
going to
don't
teach her to be
worry.
a Cowboys fan.
Hey, it don't matter. She can pick
You're
whoever
going to be
team
repping
she
that
wants.
star for her after a
But
while.
as a Texan,
No.
as a true Texan, we normally represent the Stars. So
As a true Texan, you can represent Houston too if you wanted to.
if she wanted to, but there's a rival within Texas.
Listen. Just say you're a Houston Texans fan for Jay, just to get his reaction, please.
He just wants you to troll
One
like
time.
him.
What?
Deep in the heart of
Oh,
Texas.
come on. You don't troll? How are you friends if you don't troll? How are you close if you don't troll?
Look, he's trying to stir up the pot. You know
I never
what?
said the pot.
You know
There's
what?
something about the Alamo we could be.
I will. I will
What?
say, listen,
I
I support
The
her.
Alamo.
If she wants to be a Texans fan, that's fine. If she wants to be a Cowboys fan, hey, that's even better.
We can always convince her to be a Bengals fan.
That would be
Why?
like trying to get a pig to fly.
What? Shiny, did you say
Oh.
lies?
Before I even thought about it.
Can I get a clip? Can I get a clip?
No.
Can I get a clip, y'all? Can I get a clip?
I'm so sorry.
Go shiny.
Can I get a clip?
Where's the
Y'all,
sirens
she
at?
just disowned the Bengals family.
Oh, it slipped. It was like
She just disowned the Bengals family.
that. No,
One more time.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so it was just kind of like
What? You heard that, right? What? She didn't even get the initial acknowledgement. Cowboys Bengals fan. She didn't even get the slight acknowledgement. She went, "I'm a Cowboys fan." She got excited over that too. She was like, "I'm a Cowboys fan, y'all." Girl.
me. Jay, what do I do?
No,
Just
I'm a Cowboys
hold your head
Bengals
up.
fan and Vikings fan.
Just hold your head up high and just be proud. Just be proud,
If
Shiny.
you are still here. If you are
Shine
still
bright
here,
like
you
the
just
star
disowned your
that you are. Hey,
Me? Troll? Ever? Come on. I mean,
Shiny,
Shiny's out
just
here
wanna-
saying,
I just- What?
that
You are a
SNikkol
star.
shouldn't be a Bengals fan.
shine bright.
I'm
Not like a
sorry.
diamond,
Sorry,
but like a
Radical.
star.
Yes, the Bengals are a worthy team as well.
No, you already. I see your allegiance lies, Shiny Hero.
Anyway, can somebody tag that piece of Crush comment? Because I can't do it from the screen I'm in. I just put up her comment saying
Piece of quiche?
piece of quiche. Because who doesn't like quiche? Come on now. that crust with that baked egg.
Look at what she's doing. I want somebody to
bacon,
send me that clip right now.
Sausage and tomato and
I'll go back and clip myself later.
Anywho,
I'm gonna go back and clip it later.
I also people please my supervisor because if I don't, she gets super cranky, miserable at work. It's sometimes
Alright,
easier
we
to
know
be
that.
that way. That makes so much sense. Yes. Okay, so that's a little bit different, right? Because we're all listen, I'm a huge suck up at work. I'm not even gonna deny it. I'm a brown noser of epic proportions because again, I am vying for every forking dollar that I can get out of a raise, a bonus by being indispensable and like valued. I make sure I know information at the drop of a hat, that I've got critical feedback. If somebody doesn't know how to do something, I jump up and I'm like, here's how you take care of it. Blah, 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 blah. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I have made myself the MVP of that place. I leave. I don't even want to think about what happens in my wake.
Darn.
But again, you know, like I don't see being a people pleaser at work as a bad thing, so long as you're not doing the things that have no return on your investment in time.
Right.
That's true.
I agree.
So again, don't get stuck in the busy work. Do what you need to do that is best for the outcome for you, not for other people. You can make it look like it's to their benefit. You feel me?
Hey, Shiny, can you say that one more time for the people that may just tuned in?
What? What am I saying?
What you just said.
Oh, listen, I have short-term memory issues. You can't ask me to do that. Somebody play the VOD. Clip it.
Clip it.
Somebody clip it, please. Clip it.
I'm just saying, you know what? I mean, really, honestly, you don't spend your life doing the busy work. Do the work that has a high return on investment. You know, you can't always be pleasing everybody at work, but you can certainly give the illusion.
She's out here throwing the knockout punch, Jay.
Yo, she knocking everybody out with these.
She's out there.
Yo, she giving them to Mike Tyson.
What are you talking me?
Yeah, you knocking people out. Yeah.
Well,
Shiny hero.
Don't forget, I'm just going to tell you, not next week, but I think either the week after, we're going to do a whole thing on resumes, job skills, interviews, all that, because there's a mental health issue in that as well. Being able to present yourself for a job, how to go through that process, how to do an interview, all of it. And as somebody who looks at jobs, resumes, I see a lot of people fucking up in the most basic of ways. From like that that first interview and that resume, let me help you. If somebody's seriously looking for a job, let me help you. As somebody who looks at resumes and has gone through the hiring process with candidates.
She could probably help you for real.
Well, listen, hey, you know what? There's a lot of things that people can do and don't do that can derail their success and undermine their ability to get the job they really want. And that I think, again, when you get no's, that will undermine your self-confidence. That will undermine your emotional well-being. That undermines your personal sense of who you are. Like, you know, you walk away saying, what's wrong with me? Why can't I? Or why didn't I get the call back? So again, just being able to have those conversations in the future, I think is really important for many, many people. I keep hearing it over and over again from people who are like, I want a job, but I just can't seem to get there. With that in mind, I mean, I know we've already hit the 1 hour mark, and I don't want to keep anybody longer than I need to, because again, I respect everybody's streaming cycles. But I mean, if you each had a message that you want to impart to the audience tonight based on your individual journeys, what would that message be? I know I'm putting you on the spot. Anybody can take it. I mean, aside from my whole be a better duck.
Trust your support system.
Love that.
Those that truly support you, those around you, you know, be willing to lean on those people.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Never give up.
I love it. Well, she's like, I don't know about this.
You know what? I'm gonna go even further, and I'm gonna say another one.
Give it to me.
To all my male content creators, all the guys out there, I posted a TikTok a few hours ago. I'm just gonna pretty much say it again. I think that we need to, as men, put our pride down and start supporting each other more.
Love that.
Support everybody.
I love that.
Hashtag support for all.
You know, like for real, like support for all, but you know, like a lot of female content creators, they got each other's back. They know how to express themselves, and we could definitely take a page from our queens and learn as kings to be better and support each other mentally.
And you know what? I'll take that one step further, because I think there's two sides to that coin, right? So you've got one, being willing to support each other, but two, you gotta be willing to talk for the love of the Lord. You don't have to say, I need help. All you really need to do is say, hey, my guy, I need to get a head check. Can I borrow you for 5 minutes?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Take that leap of faith. If you've been talking in a group and you feel like you're in a Discord where there's people who are always talking about mental health, leverage that support. Leverage it, test it. And the reason you test it, again, is to make sure you're where you need to be. Not every community is going to be able to support you the way you want to be supported. And really finding your tribe is a big deal, because there's a lot of good people sprinkled out in every community. Well, maybe not every community, but in a wide array of communities who are open to that mental health conversation. And a lot of it can be seasoned older men who have that experience and can say, yo, listen, young blood, I've been down that path. You're going down a destructive route. Let me just give you a few words of advice. It never hurts, but I think
ain't nothing like the old school.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I think you all are doing, especially what I'm seeing, is a lot of support. But I just would like to see a little bit better job of men actually taking advantage and communicating and just saying, hey, I need 5 minutes for a head check.
And and that's why I made the TikTok, because I seen a lot of stuff that's been going on, and I just think that enough's enough, and it's time for us guys to just put our pride down and just be like, hey, I need to talk to you, or hey, you got a second, or I'm here for my brothers. I'm here. Like, I am here for all of my guys. You are not alone.
And you know what else I've seen too? Here's the weird one I'm seeing. So I feel like the women are doing a better job of being, well, you know what? I'm going to take that back, because I still see a little bit of it, but I feel like we're doing a better job of reducing it. But the amount of catty behavior, cutting each other apart, where I feel like in game streaming, maybe a little bit in the discords, like men dissing each other.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's starting to be a little bit of that, which I guess I'm not really used to. But I mean, even like, with our friend Holy, this I wasn't surprised at, but on that pro level of gaming, having all that level of toxicity, but it's really, I guess, at a more basic, like something that's supposed to be fun, still finding that toxicity, what do I was going to say, bro on bro hate crime. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that very well.
Bro hate crime.
Well, I mean, okay, so it's tongue in cheek, but what I'm saying is, instead of leaning in and supporting, it's undermining each other's success. Does that? And I don't even know if y'all realize that you do it sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just seeing a little bit more of that than I used to. And I'm not really sure what the source of that is.
So I don't know what's going on with that. I honestly haven't heard anything about that, but I definitely would like to say that I do agree with you. Like, us gentlemen, we got to stop downing, bringing each other down, and start uplifting each other up. Like, I feel like there's a lot of that going on in like many events, and it's sad seeing people being taken for granted, taken advantage of, and people being talked about, disrespected. Life is too short, and people definitely need to stop hating, and just less hate, more love.
Yeah, it's and you know what? It's even easier. Like, if you don't like someone, or you don't have a strong connection to them, and just something about them just isn't for you, walk away. Stop putting that negative juju out into the universe. Just because for you to put that negative energy out there, you're also putting negative energy in you.
Right.
Because you're creating it. You're putting it out there, and your brain is listening to what you're saying. It's already creating negative neural pathways for you.
I
So
agree.
change the name of the game. Stop spewing the jargon, the nonsense. Just walk away and go find something that makes you happy. Just stop undermining your own happiness by spewing that crap in the first place.
Right.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say. SNikkol, I'm back to you again. Final thoughts. I give everybody a chance.
Well, I guess this is really coming from what I've been doing for the past few weeks with Jay's support. Just you got to take care of yourself before anybody else, and do what makes you happy with also the consideration of others. But you can't help anybody if you don't help yourself first.
Amen.
Because I'm gonna just put it out there. 2 months ago, I was in mom mode. All that's what I thought. Mom. That's all I am. Mom. And Jay got me into all like socializing again with I met all these amazing people, you Shiny, you Radical, even though I pick on you, Jay and everybody, and I've been so much happier. I'm being myself again because this is how I was in high school. I love to talk. I got along with a whole bunch of people. You know, I was the person that everybody came to, and I'm getting to express that again. And I can say that they've seen a change in me because they walk around smiling all day. And that's how I feel about it.
I love that. Personal growth. Now, as a mother of 2 grown adult children, I understand that evolution of having to find yourself after your kids get to a certain age, that you can then kind of have I don't want to say a second childhood, but it's more a rebirth of your soul.
It's
right?
something for you instead of like giving all of you to them, which
100%.
that was me, and it still is, but I take care of myself now. Like if I want to go and do some content, I take time for me to go and do that. I'm not just I don't want to say catering to them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I take time for myself now.
I love that. That is absolutely hands down top of the list. You got to take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. You know what? You got to be in a positive state of mind.
Yep.
I love that.
Well,
Hashtag facts.
Facts.
Great song. That song is still a great song, by the way.
It is. And that other song you sent, top shelf. Top shelf.
Chinese favorite.
It is. Well, on that note, I'm going to wrap it here. SNikkol, is there anyone you would like to rate out to? If not, I'll let Jay call it out.
I'm going to let Jay decide because I'm not really, I don't know a lot about Twitch. I don't know very many that are on there.
Let's see if Jay's thinking what I'm thinking right now.
Let's see. Make sure they're online, though. You got to make sure they're online.
I trust them to make good choices.
Hey, Jay, it's all Jay. I'm fine.
You know, I see two good people that I'm starting to network with. You know what? There is somebody that I would like to make a debut with and go right out to him. In my favor, you guys know him well. You guys been doing a lot of mental health podcasts with him, Mr. Holy himself. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Hey, of course, Love and Rose. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That goes for everybody else too.
We love you guys.
I need you to set it up. Yes. Thank you to everyone who came out tonight. I love seeing the comments. Y'all are great supporters. We couldn't do this without you. Truly, you just reinforce our desire to keep this going and having these conversations. So thank you so much. From my heart and this tribe,
thank you too.
We love all of you. Shaka. Yeah, Pesky. I mean, who else did we have? We had so many great people coming here. Piece of Cash.
Shaka Sean came in, you know.
Shaka Sean, BTK.
Cade, I see you, Cade.
A lot of great streamers out here. Look,
I know.
All these people are like up in here.
Hey,
all these people
by the way,
Goddess was in here. Cadet Chad.
Got it.
By the way, I did want to say I wanted to welcome Shaka Shan to Too Lit. He just joined the application. We got him in there.
Go did
He's a new
Pesky
Too
though.
Lit member.
Go did Pesky though officially.
So
Pesky did
technically,
officially too today.
technically she was already in Too Lit. We've had this discussion months ago. I guess just to
Well,
re-up it, she signed it.
Yeah, but she did the
signed it on a
application,
dotted
and
line.
I
She's like,
immediately accepted it.
She's like, give me the application. I didn't even know she filled one out. And then I
was
see
like,
Radical. I was like,
admin
Radical
powers
accepted it.
activated.
What? Hey, he accepted it before I could even look. Let's go.
He's like, I made it
Much love
official.
to y'all.
Fair enough. All right, we're about to get out of here, y'all.
All
Y'all have a
right.
great night.
Send us out.
Hey, of course,
Y'all have a good
Sean,
one.
bro. Freaking affiliate, bro.
Yeah, congratulations on that, man. It's time to celebrate.
Hope you do great.
Yay.
I will be
On
there.
that stream tonight, before night.
Pesky Peeve, I'm gonna be in your
All right,
stream as
bro.
well.
Nice.
Oh
All right.
yeah, you are. You're gonna go talk trash.
I have to.
Shiny, do
All the love,
a
though.
favor.
Thank you, Shiny, for having me on here. It was really fun.
Oh, good.
I love the
Shiny.
talk.
I'm glad you guys have